those things? Like the dress. What was it? The
blue, is it blue or gold dress?
right blue with black stripes or black with blue stripes, and then gold and white
Golden.
stripes. Right.
Was it
That
gold
was the
and white?
dress.
Golden, yeah.
Gold
I
and white. I think it was in
I
black
don't.
and blue.
I think it was black and blue, and then gold and. Well, I don't know if it was gold and white.
I think it was gold and white. Either
Some
way,
people saw that as white.
yeah, I think some people saw it as gold and white, but I saw pictures where they would put it side by side, and you could see like this is the black and blue one, this is the gold and white one. I never understood, and I think
Mhm.
with the visual ones in general, they don't get me. They don't like dupe me or throw me off like some of like the audio ones do, like the Laurel
Audio.
and Yanni.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
one is that one throws me off, and then there was another one that came out during the pandemic stuff. I can't remember what it was, but it
Um.
threw me off too. My brother showed me it, and I was like,
Right.
I only hear this one word, and he said,
Well,
say the other word out like to yourself, and then you'll hear it. And then every time I did it, it would switch. It was really
let me
crazy.
see.
I
Because
can't remember.
I've just googled Laurel Yanny to see if there's anything else like that, but like I don't even. But it's something like that. But the audio ones are definitely different because if you think of a word and the word that you're hearing kind of sounds like it, it's going to sound like what you're thinking. So the
Hmm.
audio ones are insane because I remember when that happened, I was in with Dale and Keith for a lot of that time, and Rossi would play the sound, and sometimes I would hear Laurel, and sometimes I would hear Yanny.
Yeah.
So, but at first I heard, no, I can hear them both in my head right now. Like I can hear the Laurel and the Yanny, and they're completely different, but it's the same thing. With the dress, some of them, I don't know if people were doctoring the photo. That's the other thing. You don't know if someone's doctored the photo,
Hmm.
even though you're looking at this exact two people looking at the exact same photo. Because I
Right.
remember that too. That was like 2014 or 15 or something. That was the first one that people started going insane about.
Right. That one. But I'll never. The Laurel Yanni one was the first one for me because that one was. I think I started hearing Yanni at first, and then I started hearing Laurel, and then I just heard Laurel from there. But this
Yeah.
one I'm talking about now, it's because I can't get back to Yanni. The other one I can flip flop between the two. But this whole thing with Giardi in the sneakers, that one I don't understand. Those sneakers were purple.
So Jason Tatum's sneakers were purple, is what I saw. But his question was, are they purple? They looked a little blue in some shots. Then people were replying to this tweet saying that they also saw some red in the sneakers. So I thought this was going to turn into a blue dress, gold dress thing. But then I looked at the video of him and they looked purple. But there were some angles that looked blue. So, I mean, this is probably cut and dry, but it's the way that the TV is. So that could be it. But some of them, so I looked up different shades of purples, and it looked like it could be I would call it an electric violet, or perhaps orchid, something like that. Maybe more like a violet. Violet is a little bit of blue in it. So, I mean, he
Yeah,
probably knows what the color is because I'm assuming they're custom made. So
he'd probably say, yeah, it's purple. That's it. It wouldn't give you any more than that.
right there you
He's
go.
not gonna he's not gonna dig into it. Tatum
Right.
is not a man of many words.
Okay. So that would answer the question. So
Hmm.
yes. So
Yeah,
that's
and he wears that purple wristband. I mean, it's a little bit different shade of purple, but he wears that for Kobe. I mean, Kobe's his guy. He does all this stuff. He trained with Kobe, and that was his favorite player growing up. All that crap. So I would always think if it's between purple and blue, he's gonna go with purple.
yeah, I
So
would assume so.
safe to assume that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was like this. It's just a stupid little thing that popped up out of nowhere when we got another one day after day we keep losing like legends, and every year you obviously when you have so many famous people in the world you're gonna lose a chunk of them year to year, some sooner than others, some are just old. I feel like last year I think was more just people who were old. I don't think there were many surprises. I don't know, it feels like
Right.
2019 was 5 years ago.
Right. Well, there
But
was the year with like Doris Roberts and then Prince, and then it was like always it's in threes, obviously, but back
yep.
to back, and yeah.
But this past week, I mean, this year started out with David Stern and um, David Stern and Kobe, and then and obviously there's been a lot of other stuff going on with the pandemic and so many people. But this past week, there was a basketball coach,
Yeah.
Cliff Robinson, Chadwick Boseman,
Mm-hmm.
the former basketball coach at Georgetown, and his name escapes me. He was
Thompson.
Yes, Thompson, former Celtic too.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the other guy's name. It's like Ott. Anyways, and then now tonight, or was it tonight that it happened? It was announced tonight. I know
It was
that.
announced tonight. It was Monday that Tom Seaver died.
It's just
So
like
they,
one
yeah,
after another.
exactly.
It's just
So Tom Seaver was sick. He had
yep.
Lewy body syndrome, and then he died of complications from COVID. So, which it's devastating. He was 75, which is young, and it's devastating. So last summer, my mom grew up in New Jersey, huge Mets fan. My grandma was a huge Mets fan. My mom loved Tom Seaver. She is devastated tonight. So we went to the 69 Mets, that's what she said, ceremony last summer, and they honored Tom Seaver, and they changed the street to Tom Seaver Way. That's 126th Street in Queens, 126th. So they did that. They honored him. His wife was there, everything. And then now, like over a year later, he is gone.
Yeah,
Can you share this?
what?
Let me share this.
You can in a second. But I met Tom Seaver at a baseball card show as a kid, and I was still in high school. I think at the time. Yeah, I think I was still in high school, and I think I asked him how to throw his two-seamer. I asked him for a tip, and he showed me how to throw his two-seamer. And it was the same thing. But he was like, yeah, okay. Well, like he didn't want to do it at first, and then I was like, okay, thanks. And then I walked away for a second, and then he pulled me back, and then he's like, no, no, no. And so it was he was very much with it at the time. It seemed like it, but yeah,
That is
I'll never forget meeting
amazing.
him. Hmm.
That's an incredible story. Wait, how old were you?
I think I was in high school. Yeah, I had to be in high school. High school.
God.
I met him. There's this big card show in. It's not Rentham. I forget where it is, but it's somewhere in like Central Mass. And I met him there, and I met Bob Feller there, different times. But
Oh
yeah,
my God. That's
mhm.
incredible. So
Yeah,
you
it
got
was. Yeah,
pitching advice from Tom Seaver.
yeah. I mean, it only helps so much, as Shine will point
Your
out.
ERA. I mean, thanks, Tom
Yes,
Seaver.
my junior year ERA. I just want everybody to be aware of that.
Right, exactly.
But on a much lighter note, though, yes, we asked this question: do you see a duck or a rabbit?
Oh, was that the
Um,
other visual one?
that's what this one is right here, and this one I see both.
Oh,
But
that's
I think
this. Let me
the
see.
first one
Oh
I think I
no.
see is the rabbit.
Oh, okay. I see both. I can see how it's both, but I see the rabbit first. Like
I used to. Yeah,
if
go
this
ahead.
was a picture in a children's book, I would see a rabbit first.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it's all like having it on the angle that it's at, though. Yeah, you can still see the rabbit, but it's
Mhm.
to me, it's more like this was drawn with the intent of it being a duck.
Oh, really? Because
Yes, because look at the bill.
I
Like
was
inside.
gonna say the intent of a rabbit because look at the nose of the rabbit. Like
Yeah,
the back of the duck's head would have that little dent in it.
I mean, it easily could. It's such a small thing, artists just draw something in. But when you look at
Let
the
me say
ears
back of a
on the
duck's head.
Yeah, but when you look at what are supposed to be the ears, but it said it's the bill of the duck. There's like a slight hole
Yeah,
in
there's like a
his
little
is
hook
yeah,
too.
which is
A little
that
bit of
normally in a rabbit's ears? Oh, I don't know. And then if you look
maybe
inside the beak, you see like it looks like there's
tongue.
a tongue or just the inside of like a mouth in a sense. Like there's more depth to it than I think an ear might necessarily have.
From the images I'm looking at, there's generally not that kind of dent in the back of a duck's head.
Hmm.
And what was the other thing I
Hmm.
was? Oh, the way its head is tilted up. Ducks are usually their heads are straight forward.
Yeah, but that rabbit. Well, what's your excuse for a rabbit? I mean, that's not like
The
that.
rabbit,
The way its ears are.
I think the it looks like a scared rabbit, a rabbit who's like hearing something very loud or is trying to hear something
Yeah,
in
but then its
background.
ears are on its side. Like the ears. No, it's definitely a duck. Now all I see is a
Okay.
duck.
Now I see
It
the duck. Now I
doesn't
just see the
even
duck
remotely
because
resemble a
you
rabbit.
can see the difference between like if it was a rabbit, the fur going into the ear
Uh huh.
and the head is different. So it looks
Hmm.
like the bill of the beak and
Hmm.
then the head. Yeah, I see the duck now. But and I also see the rabbit. Like if I was turning the pages of this, say in a children's book, if I was, I would say that's a rabbit.
Yeah, it looks like it's taken out of Peter Cottontail,
Peter Rabbit.
right?
Yeah,
Peter
yeah,
Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit. Yeah, same
The
thing.
same dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Beatrix Potter.
I'm still more of a Bugs Bunny guy personally, but
Oh, really? I'm Peter Rabbit all the way over Bugs Bunny.
I was saying Bugs
I
Bunny
didn't
versus
know it was a
Daffy Duck.
debate.
No, Peter. No, what?
I don't
No.
know. I thought we were starting a debate about who's better.
Well, I mean, okay, if you actually think that Peter Rabbit presents more, brings more to the table than Bugs Bunny, I think you're insane.
I do think that.
Okay, how so? Yeah,
I
this is
have
stupid.
I have better memories of Peter Rabbit than I do Bugs Bunny.
Then you had a sad childhood.
Basically what it is. We had a little Peter Rabbit like setup in our garden. So we never had Bugs Bunny in our garden. But this is I look at this now and I see a duck now because of the beak. Because I do see the slant in the beak and the tongue, but the ear too. The ear has the inner ear. And that could be the
You're
other side
grasping
of
for
it.
straws right now. I'm totally right about this.
I know.
That was drawn with the intent of it being a duck.
I think it was the intent was to confuse people.
Maybe.
I think somebody drew this as like it could be a duck or a rabbit because Meghan Markle actually released a video earlier during this quarantine period reading to their son Archie, she and Prince Harry, and the book was called Duck or Rabbit or Duck. And it was, oh, it's a rabbit. No, it's a duck. And it's this like cute children's book, whatever. And it's basically this. It's like, is it a rabbit or a duck? The shape of it could be either way. So it's kind of like this. But this is very much like the dress thing because you can see it in two different ways. And the audio thing.
Even more so.
Yeah, but even the audio thing, because if you said, okay, that's Laurel, and the Laurel Yanny thing is different because that one is insane. But with other things, you hear words that sound like other words, and then you think of the word, that's what you hear. That's kind of like this. I'm thinking of a duck, so I see a duck. I'm thinking of a rabbit, so now I clearly see a rabbit because I'm thinking of rabbit.
When I hear the word rabbit, though, I usually think of Mice and Men, Where Are the Rabbits, George?
Oh, yes. See, I never read that book.
Speaking of all this book talk, too, I do want to hear your thoughts on. Wait, you didn't read that?
I never did. I never
high school reading.
I know it was never in my curriculum. It was not on the syllabus.
Jeez, but ping pong was there.
Yeah, ping pong was there in college, but in high school, high school was Pilates. And when I couldn't get into the Pilates class, I did yoga or cardio kickboxing. So that was instead of reading Of Mice and Men.
Okay, well, I feel like I'm a much better person for having read Of Mice and Men. But speaking of books, do you think that Meghan Markle and what was it? I don't even know which Prince Harry, they're going to read to their kid the Sarah Huckabee Sanders book that's coming out soon?
Okay, so this book is fascinating already because I have to read this headline because this is a New York Post headline, which I do like to quote tweet them or retweet them.
Oh, so, just a little bit.
Just a little bit because they're very quotable. They're very commentable. So this one today, buckle your seatbelt for this.
Oh boy.
Sarah Sanders says Trump told her, take one for the team after Kim Jong Un winked at her. First of all, can you imagine Kim Jong Un winking at you?
Nope.
That's so scary. Because what does that mean?
That is terrifying.
Is that a signal to like kill me or like, because you don't know, take her, kidnap her. You don't know. You don't know with him. He's insane. So if he does anything in your direction.
If he winks at her, what other, wait. What?
No, if he winks or if he makes any hand motions, they have weird stuff going on over there. So you don't know. He's got guards everywhere. You also.
So you're saying if he winks, so you're saying that he's saying if I wink at this woman, that's the woman I want you to kidnap? You think that could be a possibility?
You don't know.
I think it's just one thing, and it's like and it's a little inappropriate for Trump to suggest that. That's not even remotely funny.
No, but that's so. No, but what I'm saying is, it could be one of 100 things that he is like. You don't know with them, but like with dictators. So this
Trump thought it was one thing.
Which it probably was, honestly.
Probably was.
Why else would he wink at her?
Which is still terrifying that Kim Jong Un is winking at you like that.
That's what I mean. Take one for the team.
Just gonna throw this out there. I would not take one for the team.
No. I think I'd rather die. I would rather be if those were the two choices. Yeah, just firing squad. Because that's
I'm just
how
saying if it's Kim Jong Un, I would do. But then you got to think about
That's why this book is fascinating.
Yeah, I actually think I want to read this thing. Are you gonna buy it?
Yes.
All right, I might
Yes.
buy or
Well,
borrow
I
off
might.
you after.
I might look. Yeah, I'll buy it then. Yes. So then, I like this is gonna be if. Yeah, of course. Like people are commenting, like if you didn't laugh at this, then something's wrong with you. Like this
Yeah,
is
what's
so
insane? How do
ridiculous.
you suggest that to another human being?
How do you get winked at by Kim Jong Un?
Yeah,
I would never sleep again. That's so
yeah,
creepy. Because oh my god.
that is kind of yeah.
No, but then okay, so he does that, then you reject his wink, you're gone. You're dead. You never heard from him again.
Mm.
That is how that dictatorship does this. You
Yeah,
reject him, gone.
I guess so. But but she's still here. She's still got that book, and I know that I've seen.
Once this book comes out.
Ooh.
I know.
Well,
It's like,
I don't. You think Kim Jong Un could be the first guy going after her? I mean, he could just say, "Hey, all I did was wink at her. We're not coworkers. It's not, it's not breaking any rules or anything like that. I just winked at her." It's intimidating as hell. But what everybody else is the people she's got to worry about, Trump and whoever's in that administration now.
Yeah, well, yeah. So this book comes out, and he's not going to be happy. And I mean, imagine being coworkers with Kim Jong Un, and he winks at you.
You mean a subordinate because he doesn't have coworkers?
Oh no, he has. Yes, people work for him.
Oh no, thanks.
And then they died. No, so when that movie, The Interview, came out, James Franco and Seth Rogen, yes, not Jonah Hill, that was Seth Rogen. That he did not like that movie at all. He was very mad.
Who?
Kim Jong Un.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't released in theaters, I think, right?
Yes, but yeah, Eminem was in that movie also.
Have you watched it?
Yes.
What's it on?
It was on Netflix. I was in college. It was on Netflix.
Was that in college, really?
Yeah, I remember I was in my dorm watching it because I remember Eminem was in it. It was very exciting. And Eminem was interviewed in it. So I believe I either tweeted this or I posted on Facebook. This was 2013 probably. And I said the best interview in the interview was the Eminem interview. That was like a little joke because it's like an interview in the movie called The Interview. And it was the Eminem one. That was my review. So then,
yeah, very good stuff.
Yeah, right. So, but Kim Jong Un was not happy about this. So imagine what he's going to do when he reads, because I'm sure he reads the New York Post, this, and then reads the book. Oh, good.
I haven't watched
you should
it
watch
yet.
it. You should watch it.
It is. Has that happened before? Where someone where anybody makes a movie talking about like in entertainment sense, like Hitler and the Russians, like those are people you can always kind of go after, and if you're talking about colonial times, but those are all people that have long been dead. Do they ever do I can't think of another time where they've done that. That's not like a documentary type thing where they make fun of or go after. Maybe I'm just not thinking straight.
George W. Bush, or
there you go, boom. See, I was just having a brain fart.
Or Trump. I mean, a sitting president, like stuff like that, where there's.
They haven't done that yet, but they will with him. Like they've maybe done the documentaries and stuff, and there's news outlets. But I'm thinking of a movie that's not based in any reality whatsoever. But even then, the other one's a biopic, right? Of Cheney.
Yes, but it wasn't really making fun of it. Like it wasn't a satirical thing. This was very satirical. I mean, it's because Kim Jong Un is so ridiculous that, of course. So, but I mean, it's like George W. Bush, who.
Well, Jojo Rabbit. That's the one that I haven't seen it yet, and I need to. Jojo Rabbit, I think, is the one that is about World War II era and Nazi stuff or whatever. Like Inglourious Basterds, right? Where it's like how Hitler really died or whatever. Obviously a joke and everything, but if you wouldn't make that movie when he was around.
No, especially because that was also different. I wouldn't say it's a different time, but it was still kind of the same thing. He was a dictator. But imagine in the 40s, like the middle of this, Hitler's rising up, and a movie comes out of making fun of Hitler.
That's exactly what I'm getting at.
That would be insane. Yes.
That's what I mean.
But there was a threat. Hitler was a big threat. Like he was actively taking over things. And he was and with Kim Jong Un, he just kind of is there. And everybody knows that he is actually a threat to us.
We go in the comments, Saddam Hussein and Hot Shots. So, and I wondered too, I never saw, what was that stupid movie with the, the dolls? And it's it's American something. I can't remember what. Yeah, Titanic. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah, I didn't know if they had Saddam in that one.
Dolls. Which one?
Oh, Keith would know this one.
The
I
Bratz
can't.
movie.
No, it's the Brad.
Bratz Dolls Powerpuff Girls movie,
Oh my god.
which was a good movie, by the way. Saw that in theaters.
I can't remember which one.
Powerpuff Girls movie.
They're making a live action Powerpuff Girl show, I think.
I'm surprised that anybody today knows who the Powerpuff Girls are.
What do you mean?
Because when we were little, they were huge, but I haven't heard a single word about the Powerpuff Girls ever since I was Bubbles for Halloween one year.
You were Bubbles for Halloween?
So I had the costume, and I think at last
Wait a minute, you're a brunette. How are you not Buttercup?
my favorite was Bubbles. Well, at that time, I really wanted to be blonde. Long blonde hair. I was super into that.
Did you dye your hair blonde?
No, I never got to. Well, I was young, and
I told you I did that once, right?
Yes. Yeah. There are no pictures miraculously of that somehow.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's my mom.
It's crazy how that happens.
I'd show you. I don't give a shit.
It's like the Eminem Guy Fieri look, right?
Huh?
Guy Fieri Eminem look.
Yeah, I guess kind of. Hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna bug me. That
it's crazy
with me.
With Guy Fieri. I was going through my new favorite Twitter account this evening called No Context Guy Fieri, and it's just pictures of him from his shows with the captions of what he's saying. And if you look really hard at Guy Fieri, which you don't often, because Guy Fieri is just a whole thing in himself. Like you look at him, it's the whole package. But you look at it, his hair is just completely bleached and gelled. I mean, I don't know if I'm like, I just haven't analyzed his hair that much. I mean, the sunglasses, obviously, like the whole look. But you look at it and you're like, the process of doing this to come to land with this look must have been something.
Yeah. Must have been. No, absolutely. I'm sorry. I find. Thank you, B. Walker. He said it's World Police is the movie, and it's Team America is what I was thinking of. So thank you, because that was pissing me off. I don't know if Saddam Hussein's in that one, but I never saw it. Came out in 2004, which we were that was a long time ago. Jeez, we were in middle school when that came out.
Yeah. 2004. Oh, big year. I remember that. Yeah, I turned 13 that year.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
weird thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Anyways, but I see how I saw somebody when I was looking up the Sarah Huckabee Sanders stuff. They were saying how, what was it? They were saying like this is like the 7th or 9th book or something like that that's come out from Trump's presidency. I think he had a relative that wrote a book. It was like his
niece.
His niece. You have this one, and I'm sure you've had like 3 or 4 others from people within the administration. I don't know, but this is one that I'm very interested in because she was around for a while. She's dealing with all the press stuff, and that's got to be, as much as the serious stuff is more important, this is the crazy chaotic stuff that we kind of see out in front, and it kind of, you delve into the really messy stuff a little bit. So I gotta imagine that she's dealing with a ton of bullshit. Maybe, I don't know if more than anybody, but I'm very curious.
I think more than anybody, because she was the face of the presidency, and that was huge for him. She faced the press every day, and Trump hated the press. So I would imagine every single day, or hates still, but when she was there, she had to deal with that. So I would imagine every day they had to go over a very detailed game plan of what she was going to say and how she was going to respond to things. And she, for the most part, I think stuck to it. She was very, very Trump-like in that she was his voice when she was talking to the press. So that is terrifying, because if you say something wrong, kind of a Kim Jong Un situation. Well,
because she's probably like, as much as she's probably like, I have to stick to script, unlike Trump, who never wants to. Like, he gets to his breaking point. It's like, it's time to go off the rails. I'm sure she was probably like, I can't do that necessarily.
Off the rails time. Yeah. Off the rails o'clock.
Oh my God.
So when he said take one for the team, why would having sex with Kim Jong Un, what would that do? Like, avoid a nuclear war? Like, what take one for this? For what team? Like, for what team would this be?
I guess so.
Why can't Trump just do that? Like, he said that they fell in love. Why can't he take one for the team?
Yeah, that's true. Why can't he take one for the team?
He said we exchanged letters and we fell in love.
Trump would not do that. There's no way he would do that.
for
No, he
someone
would.
he loves. He's in love with
Well, if he's in love, maybe he would do that. Maybe they would, but he would never do that if he was in Sarah Huckabee Sanders' position.
no.
But the point is more so that the fact that he thinks that's going to resolve shit. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna North Korea and America. We're all good now. Everything's all set, and North Korea's gonna be fine with everybody else now too because of Sarah Huckabee Sanders and
Right.
Kim Jong Un are getting after it.
Right. But I would
Such a
imagine
moron.
when
Sometimes, man.
with a wink like that, she would have to then become one of his wives, I would think, and move
Yeah.
over there. And I mean, once you get the wink from Kim Jong Un, that's it. It's coming off. Everything's
Has a guy ever winked at you when you're like, oh shit?
No. I don't think anyone's ever winked at me. Like
I
that.
wouldn't. I don't think. I feel like every time I would wink. If I winked at a girl, I feel like it would be weird.
Yeah, that's not really the move.
I'd be more like
I would have picked like a finger guns or something. That's what he should have done to her. He should have done that to her, and she would have been like, "Whoa, give me a towel. I gotta sit on here." That's what would have done it. I think then she would have not had to have Trump tell her to take one for the team. She would have already been on it. Yeah.
Got it. Finger guns.
Like,
Take
hey,
notes,
that guy's got charisma. That's what she would say.
I guess I could learn a few things.
Kim Jong Un, Mr. Charisma. He's got, but so the wink is an interesting move to go with.
Yeah, well, maybe he's old school. I think they are, as much as they've advanced in some ways. I think they're behind the times in others because you're not really allowed to do things Kim Jong Un doesn't want to, or whoever the dictator is at that time doesn't want to do.
They have to wink. However, I don't think Kim Jong Un is behind the times. I think he knows exactly what's going on in the rest of the world so that he can keep his people from that.
Maybe
Dennis Rodman. Do you think Dennis Rodman taught him the wink? Because Dennis Rodman's pretty smooth. So I would assume if you've been hanging out with Dennis Rodman, you would have a better move than the wink.
No way. Dennis Rodman is the wink because he always has sunglasses on.
That's true. So maybe he somehow came up with this. The wink is the way to go.
Trying to think what movie.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Some 80s movie where a guy winked at a girl and it somehow worked. I don't know. Maybe some Charlie Sheen movie.
The wink it's not really a panty dropper. I don't know. It's clearly because Sarah Huckabee Sanders is not living in North Korea at this time. So it didn't work. It did not work.
I would love it honestly what if
they got married?
What if he instead it says something like, "How you doing?" Then it's like he's just stuck. He's in the 90s and he thinks that works, which it can work.
Yes. What was
John
the
Anderson.
show? Oh, Parks and Rec. When they had their the sister city from Venezuela, when they said that they were still watching Friends, and she said, "Don't tell me how it ends." There was some show that they were watching. I think it was Friends, but he had like 5,000 channels or something. That reminded me of that.
Oh, speaking of watching shows and being behind times, I am in the 3rd season of The Office right now. Phyllis's wedding.
So good. You probably cringe the whole time, right?
That was my nightmare. Oh my god.
So good. It's so good.
I'm like sitting in my place and I'm yelling. I'm literally like, "No, don't, please, God!" Legitimately yelling those things. I can't take that shit, Lucy. That's awful.
The part with the speeches would have killed you, right? When he gets up to make his speech and he keeps saying, "I'm Michael Scott, Phyllis's boss." They were a celebrity couple. They would be called Flob. I'm Michael Scott. He just goes back to that.
And then you're out of here. No, you're out of here.
No, I hate you.
Talking to the freaking groom.
And when he sees Phyllis before the wedding and he's trying to fix her hair and he says, "Let's cover up that bald spot." It's so awkward. And then with Uncle Al.
He's in the ceremony. He's dragging.
My God. That was one of the best parts where
he's the worst. I cannot. Oh, you know what's funny? Not funny. I don't know who's worse though. Is it him or is it Andy Bernard? I knew he sucked, but holy shit. When he gets rid of Dwight and all of that and he's kissing Michael's ass, I can't take him either.
So bad. Andy is a tough one.
The phone prank they did on him though was so satisfying.
That is my favorite gym prank. So
period ever.
It's
all downhill from here.
The whole thing is fantastic. To put the phone in. Also, here's the thing with that is a little bit not believable is somebody would have seen them do it. Like somebody, when they throw the phone in the ceiling and they hear the thud, somebody would have been like, "What's that?" And Dwight would go investigate. Like that's what.
Well, Stanley noticed it.
He did, but he didn't do it. Well, of course, Stanley wouldn't do anything. But like in the real situation, somebody would have been like, "What was that?"
Maybe.
Or they would have seen Pam go up there. I mean, somebody would have figured it out.
Well, but somebody saw it. They would have asked Jim, "What did you do?" And then he'd explain, and then they say, "Okay, I hate Andy." So
I hate Andy too. But then Andy would be, then Andy's reaction. So that's true, actually. But that is my favorite Jim prank. The whole, from beginning to end, to the hole in the wall. My favorite one.
Yeah, Andy sucks.
Maybe your phone's in the ceiling.
He's the worst. I can't take that guy.
You will see Andy evolves over time. And
I'm not an Ed Helms guy either, though.
Yeah, I'm not either. That's
He's
the thing.
Got a very punchable face.
Yep. That's exactly it.
And I also, when I look at him and Jason Sudeikis too, I obviously different, but I just kind of see the same person. So when they're on screen, is it we're the Millers that they're on screen together? It's very weird for me.
Yeah. No, and then and
the same head.
And then now I always think of The Hangover. After watching all of those, I think of that when I see him. Kind of.
Helms.
But then when I watch The Hangover, I think of Andy Bernard. So it's kind of a yin and a yang.
Oh, because it's right. Hangover came after his introduction to The Office, right?
I think so. But I saw The Hangover after The Office.
And I know that that Andy and Angela end up becoming a thing, and I understand like it's a whole thing to get back at Dwight. But seeing that now, like where Andy and Dwight have had so much shit happen, and then Angela like throws Andy under the bus when she's defending Dwight, I can't imagine how the hell that's going to come together. So
you'll see.
I know.
It comes together.
By the way, I actually like Karen. By the way,
here's the thing. I was just saying this the other day.
Better than in Parks and Rec. Better than Ann Perkins.
I do not like Ann Perkins, so yes, I like Karen more. I am not a huge fan of Pam. I mean, I like Pam. Pam's fine.
I don't think you're in the minority, though.
I say that, but so I realized it hit me when I was watching one episode one day. I like Angela more than Pam. Angela is more entertaining to me than Pam is now annoying to me. Like later on Pam, like fourth season on Pam, not a huge fan. Angela, much more so. And Karen, so the episode, it was Phyllis's wedding, where at the end, when Karen's dancing and singing and Jim has his phone out and he says, "I'm really happy I'm with Karen," you should have stayed with Karen and Roy and Pam.
Well,
it's just annoying to me now.
Well, Roy and Pam weren't going to work out because of what happened at the end of season 2.
Oh wait, you'll see later. You'll see like much way later. Yeah, at the end of season 2 for sure. But much later, what happens with Roy? So because of that, it's like season 8 or 9. But because of that, like Pam could have stuck with Roy. But and then like Jim also kind of annoyed.
Karen, I think so. I don't know how long Karen lasts, but I think that they could have done more with her as the straight person in like, you know, I mean, like everybody else is just so friggin' weird. Like I know Jim's normal, but he does all the pranks with Dwight, and he's fine with all the weirdness, and Pam too. But Karen could have just been the one who's in there who like, because there was a point when they did the party planning committee, and then the committee to plan parties.
Yes, exactly.
That whole exchange there, I'm like, this is peak. This is perfect. What Karen's doing right here, where she's just like, where she's totally like feeding into the Kevin nonsense or whatever, but totally keep saying totally. I just felt like that moment there was awesome, and I wish they would do more of that with her.
Yes, and I wish so too, but you'll see what happens with that. But that was a good Pam Karen thing with the margaritas in the break room, and Kevin, they take the sign down, and Kevin, oh no, was that Lanch party? Never mind, that was a different Kevin moment. Never mind. I was gonna say when they put the sign up. No, that was a different Kevin moment. Sorry, you'll see it where Kevin says, "I didn't see where it was." That's a different one.
Yeah, maybe? But the fact that I can do it now, that I can go back and watch it now, is I'm proud of myself for the personal growth, but I don't blame myself for putting this off for so long, because
the cringeworthiness.
It is painful. It is painful. Some of this shit is brutal with Michael Scott, and not Dwight. Dwight doesn't really bug me at all. Like it's just because I think everybody doesn't take him seriously, but Michael is the boss.
Yeah.
And he is just.
Well, you saw the sexual harassment episode, right?
I believe so.
With Pam's mom and the blow up doll, and was that and and Toby's that was pretty awkward too.
Yep.
Where they were like, I treat every day like Pam's mom's coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said.
Yep.
That was awkward. Well, the best part of that one was at the end where Pam's mom said, "Which one is Jim?"
Yeah.
After when Jim smiled. And I'm like, Roy's pretty fun. Jim's
I just saw the one with where was it? I think it's season 3 where Michael goes on the vacation with Jan.
Jan
everywhere. How about he proposes to what was her name?
Carole.
He proposes to Carole. Then it's like, oh, it didn't work out, but let's go to Jamaica together.
Leaving day after tomorrow. It's so great because he proposes it to Wally. And then, Carole Stills, and then she's dressed as a cheerleader, of course. And
it was a costume party. And how much of an asshole move is that too? Where she is in cheerleading outfit, and he just wore that same stupid outfit,
and he takes it off.
Take it off, and it's like, oh, it's fine, nothing normal. She's the only asshole. No,
exactly.
If you do that, if you're with another person and you can get out of it that easily and they can't, you got to freaking wear it if you put them in that shitty situation.
Yes.
If it was inverse, where Carole put him in that situation, then that's on her. But he did it. I
think Carole realized that. And that's why she I think there were a lot of reasons why she rejected that proposal. This is really I think that he still got the tickets to Sandals, Jamaica.
Yeah.
Even after that.
And then we get the picture of him with Jan. And again, it's just how do you see that as... he sent it to Packard, right? And then
he sent it to packaging.
Yeah.
Packaging. Yes. Yeah.
How does that happen?
Tan everywhere, Jan everywhere. That one's
how does any of this seem like a good idea?
Exactly. Jamaica Jan Sun Princess. It was the title of that photo. And speaking of Carols, so Carole Baskin, our friend from Tiger King, is going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, you told me about this. I don't know. I didn't look into it any further.
So Good Morning America announced this, as they always do, the people who are on Dancing with the Stars. Nelly is going to be on Dancing with the Stars, and this is not even the headline. It is Carole Baskin. My first thought was, how angry, how pissed off is Joe Exotic that he is not on Dancing with the Stars and Carole Baskin is?
Yeah, he's got to be pretty pissed off that he can't make good on all his fame right now, and he's going to miss out on even more of it, right? Because he's in jail for a while.
Yeah, I think so. But it's all virtual, so he could do it
virtually.
Unless
he gets pardoned by,
I think he should. I think once Kim Jong Un and Sarah Huckabee Sanders get married, then Trump can pardon Joe Exotic. I think that'd be a very 2020 thing to happen. And then he can be on Dancing with the Stars. With Carole Baskin, they can be, they're partnered with a dancer for this, but they can compete against each other.
Oh, it would get ugly. It would be great for ratings, but you would have to keep them away from each other, have security around.
One of them would end up dead. And it might be Howard Baskin who ends up dead, actually. But someone would end up dead.
But whose fault would it be?
Would it be Carole, or would it be Twist? Joe Exotic kills her second husband, not her.
Who is it that tweeted out that Carole Baskin? Oh, because wasn't Carole Baskin pissed about? Probably. She got pissed about WAP, or is it WAP? Is it WAP or WAP?
I say WAP because I say it all the time.
Oh, right.
WAP. I think it's WAP.
So WAP. She commented about the use of tigers or whatever, and then I think it was Cardi B then. Yeah, sorry. Cardi B then said how she killed her husband.
Yeah, and she clapped back and she was like, so using tigers in a video is bad, but killing your husband isn't? You murdered your husband.
Yeah.
So this brought me back to watching the Here Kitty Kitty Joe Exotic diss track, which was his song about Carole Baskin and how she killed her husband. And in the video, he uses the Carole Baskin stunt double. And I forgot how remarkably similar she looks to the real Carole Baskin. This
it's crazy, right?
Insanity. But how wild that video is. Like first of all, the whole Tiger King thing feels like years ago at this point. Yeah, but how wild that video was. And that was like, to think, okay, so Joe Exotic thinks of every detail clearly, because when Saf's arm was bitten off, he runs out in the emergency jacket. So he thinks of everything. So he thinks of everything in this video. And it's insanity, which is why it should be Joe Exotic versus Carole Baskin in Dancing with the Stars. Not Nelly. I love you, Nelly, as we know, but Joe Exotic versus Carole Baskin.
Yeah, the Nelly one's a good. I mean, he's good, yeah, great, I guess, whatever. But people are only going to care about Carole Baskin. You got to keep her around as long as you can. I don't know. I'm trying to find that tweet. Is it Carol with an E?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to find that tweet from Cardi B because
oh, that's so good. Because I don't think she would have deleted it.
I'm not going to engage with Carole Baskin on that. Like, that's just ridiculous, Like, girl, you killed your goddamn husband. That is just
such a good. I mean, the year in a tweet. That's it right there. That's it right there.
Like, it's girl, you killed your goddamn husband.
You killed your goddamn husband. That bitch Carole Baskin killed her goddamn husband.
Oh my god! I'm looking at you, Carole Baskin.
Yes. Well, that is the other thing. Is that the best thing to come out of this year? The only good thing is the Carole Baskin TikTok song. That's it. That's the only great thing. That is stuck in my head all the time. I'll randomly get it. The one that is to Megan Thee Stallion's Savage, but the TikTok guy changed it. They play it on Dylan Keefe sometimes, and that is the best thing, the only good thing that will come out of this year, I think. That song. It's 15
maybe seconds. Maybe I know it was a Carole Baskin song.
I didn't know it was a Megan Thee Stallion song.
Or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I didn't know. So what happened? What the guy on TikTok took the Megan Thee Stallion song, changed it to Carole Baskin.
Me now.
It is the best thing to come out of this year. I know. I've said
really
times.
The best thing.
The only good thing.
The only good thing.
So the best thing. I don't know what else would be good, but that's it.
I'm trying.
I can't think of any other good things. But that song, and it's only 15 seconds, and it's just remarkable because
yeah. Okay, I have heard that. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. So that is it, and that's why I think what should happen on Dancing with the Stars is they bring her out. She starts dancing. They switch it to Here Kitty Kitty. That's what they have to do.
Just to troll her.
Yeah. Try to break her down.
You can't just do it in the first one, Lucy, because then you're gonna lose her.
True. Plus, I think it's virtual, right?
Maybe? Oh my God! How are you gonna do that?
I don't know. I actually don't know if it is, because if it is, they could have Joe Exotic on it from prison. Yeah. It can't be virtual. I don't know, but
you could. You could, and then you could have. I mean, if he's found a significant other in prison.
That's true, which he might have. So.
Might have.
Yeah, he could get pardoned to take one for the team. Kim Jong Un. Joe Exotic. All comes together. Look at this.
I love it when that happens.
It's so perfect. Dennis Rodman can host Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, or Tyler Perry because he's a billionaire now.
He's a billionaire now.
Which I know Keith's very excited about.
Boo Medea Halloween, I think, had a lot to do with that. Great movie.
Hello.
Yep, exactly. Keith does a spot-on Medea impression.
It gets me every time, though.
Those are fantastic movies, I will say.
Oh, yeah. I've watched all of them 3 times.
Yep, exactly. Yep, just like The Office. Which you will. You will watch The Office, I think.
I'm going to finish it. I've gone too far.
But as years go on, you'll watch it through again, I think.
The Jim and Dwight stuff is far and away the best. It's worth it to sit through some of the other stuff, but there are times where I'm like, just give me Jim and Dwight. That's all I want right now. You can have Pam in on that, and Michael makes it funnier sometimes because he can get like serious with Dwight. But I just like when Dwight gave that speech and he does all the fascist stuff and he's acting like Hitler and Mussolini.
Yeah, exactly.
That pissed me off too because Michael leaves and it's obviously it's not as awkward, not as noticeable, but. Dude, he's having his moment, and you just friggin' take off.
Right.
Why are you an asshole?
But then he captivated the guy who captivated thousands.
I knew in that moment, too, I'm like, this is definitely something that Lucy loves. This moment right here.
It's so good.
Stupid.
Michael's so about himself.
I just want to punch him in the face because you're an asshole.
I captivated the guy.
The guy wants to be so nice to you and be like you and he thinks you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and then...
Yeah, but Dwight doesn't even realize. He doesn't even realize that Michael abandoned him.
I know. Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. Yes. Well, I can't wait to hear as you go further on with this.
Yeah. It's killing me.
Yeah. You're gonna, you are gonna
COVID-19 will not be the death of me. It will be The Office.
It will be cringing so hard from watching The Office. Oh, you just wait.
I'll be the first person to ever experience rigor mortis before I die.
Yes, there you go. Exactly. And then that will be the headline while watching The Office. That'll be good.
Yeah.
New York Post headline.
Oh, yeah.
Just
You
like,
got to
RIP.
tighten that up a little bit. You're there, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it'll be, WEI.com.
Yeah, the new WEI.com.
The new WEI.com. If you have not seen it yet, go check it out at WEI.com.
Yeah,
So that is there. Yes. So we will talk to you all on Monday.